All right, let's get into some Night of Champion predictions. This is my favorite part of the show right here. Night of Champion predictions. All right, so we got the Lucha Dragons teaming up with Adrian Neville to take on the Cosmic Wasteland. That consists of the Ascension's Victor and Connor. I just really look at this as a throwaway match. This is probably going to be the pre-show. At least I'm hoping it is. I honestly could care less about this match, for real. I just feel kind of bad for Cody Rhodes, aka Stardust, because it's like he's trying to do the best that he can with whatever he's given, the little bit that he's given. And I'm starting to come around to the Stardust character, but like, I'm so wishing he would just be done with it already, but I am coming around to it. I know it sounds very like you can't have it both ways, Lee. I can have it both ways, damn it. But I really look at this as a last chance dance for the Ascension. I mean, those guys just have not been able to be as successful as many of us thought they were gonna be when they got promoted from NXT to the main roster. It just hasn't been working out. The experiment has sucked big time. I just don't know, guys. I just don't know what's gonna happen with this match. It should be a very good, entertaining match. You know what? I'll go with the team of, just so they can pick up some stock a little bit, I'll go with the Cosmic Wasteland. By the way, am I the only one that, like, when I hear the Lucha Dragons, they come out and they go, Lucha, 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 Lucha. Am I the only one that's thinking they're saying, Puta, 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 Puta? Look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. P-U-T-A. P as in Paul, U as in umbrella, T as in Tom, A as in apple. Puta, Puta, Puta. Next up. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns with a mystery partner will be taking on Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Braun Strowman. Strowman, stroking. Personally, as far as a mystery opponent goes, you know, I may get knocked for this, but just understand where I'm coming from with regards to this. One of my selections, let me make sure I stress that, one of my selections would be Chris Jericho for storyline continuity. Now, some of you guys may be like, Chris Jericho, storyline continuity? What the fuck are you talking about, Lee? Well, if you remember, one of the last times that Chris Jericho had popped up, he was involved in a program with Bray Wyatt. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jericho had took on Bray Wyatt at, was it SummerSlam of last year? Am I thinking? It couldn't have been this year, could it? Let me, you know what? Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah. Jericho had faced Wyatt in a steel cage match. That goes back to a September 8th episode of Raw. That would be from last year. Lost that match. That pretty much had ended their feud. When you go back before that, there was a match that he had with Bray Wyatt. Oh God, what was that? They faced off at Battleground. Yeah, 2014's Battleground. Jericho won that one, and then Wyatt had a winning match at SummerSlam, and then there was the steel cage match on Raw. You know, I'm kind of looking at that. Now, one could kind of make the argument, well, Lee, they took each other on 3 times, but I'm kind of just looking at it from just a storyline continuity standpoint. Besides, I kind of like the idea of a Chris Jericho showing up for just one night only, let it be at that pay-per-view. And basically it could be a case where maybe on like a WWE network exclusive or website exclusive, Jericho talks about how it all had came together with him teaming up with Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, basically saying, hey, they gave me a call. You know, I was kind of busy with some other projects, doing a little bit of touring with my band in the studio, prepping for our next album. And, you know, I still have a little bit of resentment towards Bray Wyatt for one of the last times that we had met up. I I thought it would be kind of sweet to get a little bit of retribution on him in some type of form. So, I mean, from a storyline continuity standpoint, Jericho would be an interesting pick. So as long as they just have him appear on the pay-per-view and definitely not the next night going forward. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, that kind of, but then I kind of started thinking about it a little bit more, and one name that kind of jumps out at me is Eric Rowan. I mean, we haven't seen this guy in months. Right about now, he should be healed. I know they said he was going to be out for about 4 to 5 months, so he's pretty much at that point right now. So it's kind of like, does he maybe get another go? And if so, is this pretty much going to be his last opportunity to show and prove to higher ups at WWE that he deserves to stay, that he does have some type of stock? I don't know. It could be Eric Rowan. Personally, I hope it's not Eric Rowan. I would really like to see them go in a direction where it's just like, wow, that like totally wasn't expected. It's a close call. It's a really close call. I'm looking at what's going on with the NXT roster right now currently. Samoa Joe comes to mind, or hell, maybe Finn Balor. That would be kind of interesting as well. Would be kind of nice to see Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. That would be a nice little exchange right there. Too close to call. I think in either case, though, I think as far as who's going to win, man, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns been getting their asses handed to them the past couple of weeks. I got to go with Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns team for the victory. New Day taking on the Dudley Boys for the WWE Tag Team titles. I got New Day retaining. They are just so fucking white hot right now. The guys are just so fucking oozing with charismatic energy. It is just ridiculous. I'm really loving New Day right now. Dudley Boys will be tag champions again, but let it come at a later date. Ryback, Kevin Owens, IC title. Honestly, all this shit that Kevin Owens has been through the past couple of months, I need to see his stock go up. I need to see his stock go up in a big, serious way. He's done the favor to Cesaro. He's done the favor John Cena. He's done the deed to Finn Balor. I need to see this guy's stock like get back up there. I'd like to see Owens become the new Intercontinental Champion. If I were booking this, I would definitely have there be a rematch set up at the next pay-per-view, which is going to be Hell in a Cell. And then that one, Owens wins. Hook or by crook, Owens wins. Pretty much after that, Ryback, kind of come into terms that, hey, he's now pretty much in the back of the line, so to speak, as far as getting more title opportunities against Kevin Owens. Hey, he came short. He's got to go to the back of the line, but rather than go to the back of the line, I'd like to see Ryback kind of pick up on some of the promos that he's been talking about, especially with regards to that book, The Secret and all that. I'd like to see Ryback the next night after Hell in a Cell talk about he's got one goal, one main focus and all that, and that's becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That way, you could kind of put him right back in there into a program with Seth Rollins, should Seth Rollins retain the World Heavyweight title. Or you can just have Ryback be in that position, or maybe he's possibly gunning after Sheamus. A lot can happen with that Night of Champions pay-per-view, but I would definitely have Ryback begin the process of gunning for the World Heavyweight title. Nikki Bella versus Charlotte for the Divas Championship. This was pretty much the result of integrity of the WWE Divas division being upheld per Stephanie McMahon. We got to go back to Raw. That's what she had said, as the title was not able to change hands due to twin magic. Yet it was at Extreme Rules 2012 that Nikki Bella defended at the time, her Divas title before her longest reign. This was one of her previous title reigns. She defended it against Layla and lost as a result of Twin Magic backfiring, as Brie ended up costing Nikki the match and that title. I did not hear anything about integrity of the WWE Divas division at that point. So, honestly, with regards to this match, I personally would love to see Charlotte win the belt. I would love to see it happen. Let Nikki Bella take a little bit of time off. Let both Bellas take a little bit of time off. Bring them back a couple of months later or whatever. But I don't think we're going to get that point. That's wishful thinking right there. I have a feeling that Nikki Bella is going to retain the title, unfortunately. I don't think Charlotte is going to be the one to dethrone her. You notice how WWE, it seems like they're putting so much emphasis into Charlotte. You know, it's kind of like, this is the one you should be rooting for because she's Ric Flair's daughter. She's got that genetic gene in her and all that. And you just see all that. But like, if you're really paying attention, the momentum is actually going to Sasha Banks. Hell, one could kind of make the argument it was going to Naomi until they like put a curb stomp to that. But, and I'll continue to say this, Alicia Fox, so fucking underrated. So fucking underrated, man. She should have been a multi-time Divas champion by now. We got a throwaway match with Dolph Ziggler, Rusev. Why should I care about this match? Why? Do I really have to pick a winner from this? You know what? I'm the winner of this match because while this match is on, I'm gonna be downstairs washing the dishes, patiently waiting for this match to end. Yeah, I'm gonna be the winner for that. No. If I gotta pick, I guess I'll go with Dolph Ziggler, man. I don't really care about this match, man. I'm just so ready for this program to be over and done with. You know what would be a really great way to just break this shit up already is if a scenario had came about, like, put a stipulation out there. Be like, hey, this is the last time that you guys are gonna be fighting each other because we ain't got time for this soap opera bullshit. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but basically the winner, they become the number one contender for the United States or the Intercontinental title. I would like to see some type of a scenario happen that way. Put a stipulation on it because as it stands right now, this is just a normal match. So WWE, give the fans something to like give two shits about. Matter of fact, let's make this even more interesting. As it stands right now, there's no number one contender. I can't remember the last time we did some type of a tournament or whatever for like a new number one contender to take on the champion or whatever. I think what would be really awesome right here is for this Ziggler versus Rusev match, whoever wins that respective match, they become the number one contender to take on, at the discretion of the authority, they either take on the champion of the United States with the United States title, or they take on the champion with the WWE World Heavyweight title. I think that'd be a good way to make fans really give a damn about this, and also at the same time quietly separating these two guys so they can embark on, you know what I'm saying, guys? Seriously. Seth Rollins taking on John Cena for the United States title, and then Sting taking on Seth Rollins for the WWE title. I haven't seen this go down in a long time. Shades of Rob Van Dam. If I'm booking this, and I'm going to explain in detail why, I would have Seth Rollins lose both belts in one night. And here's the reason why. Let Sting go on ahead, carry the title for a couple of months, 2, 3 at most, boost those live shows, brings in the fans, new and old, gives them one of the many opportunities, limited opportunities at that, to see one of the wrestling greats before he hangs up his boots for good. You can do a rematch with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, which is going to be coming up on October 25th. Now, during the Sting versus Seth Rollins match, if I was booking this, I would have Big Show come out, try to help his buddy Seth Rollins, or maybe he's just there per the Authority as a favor, so not really necessarily for Seth Rollins, but more so for the Authority. I would also have New Day come out, try to run a little bit of interference. They've been like buddy chum with the Authority off and on, especially when they've been crossing paths with Triple H. You saw Triple H was dancing with them this past Monday, Stephanie as well. Now, you could have John Cena and the Primetime Players come out, maybe try to even up the odds or whatever. Long story short, I see Sting being distracted or whatever. Seth is able to spin him around, hit him with the pedigree, tries to go for the 1, 2, 3. Sting kicks out, has his little Hawk up moment, if you will, and pretty much match is over. I say let the match be over via Scorpion Death Drop or whatever. Okay? So, you have Seth Rollins. He loses both titles in one night. You go to the next episode of Raw, less than 24 hours after Night of Champions. Seth Rollins is belligerent. He is fucking pissed off. He wants that WWE Championship belt. You know, he demands a rematch. And I can see a scenario coming about where some type of a stipulation is added at Hell in a Cell. Like maybe some type of a scenario where Sting says, if you want a shot at me for this belt one more time, then son, you're going to have to just go all balls out. You want to be the best. You want to prove you're the man. Then face me one-on-one, Hell in a Cell, at Hell in a Cell. No interference. You, me, one-on-one. But the stipulation is added that if Sting wins, then so long as Sting is champion, Seth Rollins will never get another title shot. Rollins maybe takes a week to think about it. He comes right back. He says, okay, I accept, but Sting, here's my stipulation, and you think about this. If and when I win, Sting, you're not only barred from in-ring competition, but you're barred from the WWE for life. Or maybe you could just go with, you know, just say you're barred from WWE for life. Of course, you got to do the network specials with Sting and all that, but you guys get where I'm going with that. So you go to that Hell in a Cell match. You could have Sting come out with the victory, and then maybe at Hell in a Cell, you have Sheamus cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, or if you want to, you can actually let Sting hold on to that title just long enough until it's almost time to kick off the new year of 2016, and maybe on that first edition of Raw, maybe you let Sheamus do something right then and there. Either way, I think come time for the Royal Rumble, I think Sheamus will be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Another thing that you have to think about right now, and I hope that it goes in this direction. I've been saying 2016 needs to be the year of Bray Wyatt. It's very possible that we could also see Sting possibly defend that title against Bray Wyatt. I mean, you just look at that strong, powerful stable that's going on right there, and then you just think about the great promo exchanges that Bray Wyatt and Sting would be having with one another. Don't be too surprised if maybe their paths are going to cross in the near future sooner than you think. But that is how I would set up Night of Champions for this Sunday. Once again, going over my projected winners. If I were booking this, I would have the Cosmic Wasteland go over Neville and the Lucha Dragons. Boota, boota, boota. I got Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and their mystery partner going over the Wyatt family. New Day retains over the Dudley Boys. Kevin Owens, your new Intercontinental Champion. Nikki Bella retains her Divas title. Ziggler wins against Rusev. I have Seth Rollins losing the United States and the WWE title all in one night. What are your match predictions? I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up on Twitter at the RCWR Show. Facebook, Infinity One Productions. That's with an E. Spell out one. Infinity One Productions. Let me know. And hey, man, if you're on point, I'll definitely make it be our business to give you an on-air mention. And by the way, there will be a Night of Champions post-show. We will be coming on at 11 p.m. Eastern, or immediately after Night of Champions concludes. We'll be live on Spreaker.com, on YouTube.com, and also on Mixler.com. And if you guys haven't done so already, do me a huge favor, because next week, we're doing it all over again. Effective next Tuesday night, September 22nd, 10 p.m. Eastern. On top of being live on Spreaker.com, we will also be live on Mixler.com.